I want you to stay focused on how to create engaging questions. Do not fear, I have got you covered. This is Module 6 of People Magic, where I am going to show you just how easy it is to create daily polls and questions that build relationships between your members. In this module, I am going to show you how to spark connections between your members. Let's dive in. The reason why daily polls and questions work so well to spark relationships between your members is because they bring people back. What happens is you post the question or your members post a question, the software gets to work to let people know that this new question exists. Members come in and they answer the question. Then they come back as they get new notifications of new answers to that question, all the while making connections between your members. It turns out that daily polls and questions are one of our most popular features on a Mighty network. That's because we have 3 kinds of polls and a standard question. The most important thing, though, is what are the questions that your members are going to be the most excited to answer? Turns out that there is a formula for a great community question, especially a great community question that is designed to get your members to contribute and start meeting and building relationships with each other. So let me show you the formula for a great community question, where the goal is your members contribute their answers and start talking to each other. So you want to have what we call an unlocking phrase. That unlocking phrase is something that is short and it gives your members that immediate moment where they're like, oh, I can answer this. And then the second piece is the topic. And when you have an unlocking phrase and a topic, you are set up for a great community question. Let me show you the cheat code to these unlocking phrases. What's one? If you could. What's your favorite? Would you rather? What's an unusual? What's the first? What's your number one? What's the most? What do you value most in A? And then you would have the topic. Do you prefer? So as you can see in each one of these, it really is set up for your member to contribute their stories, their experiences, and their ideas. Got a few more unlocking phrases. Name one thing. How do you know when? Have you ever? What kind of? Where were you when? What are 3 things that? In each of these, you are increasing the odds that you are going to get your members excited to contribute what they came to accomplish. What you see in each of these is that your members are going to be excited to contribute. So let me give you some examples of great community questions. What's the first? That's the unlocking phrase. App you launch on your phone every day. Or another one would be, what's the most used emoji on your phone right now? Another one would be, would you rather get a letter from a good friend or a phone call? What's one amazing feat you want to achieve in the next 5 years? And what's an unusual travel experience you've had on a solo trip? Here's another one. If you could work with any leader in any company, who would it be? And finally, what is your favorite daily practice that you can't live without? So what is great about daily polls and questions is that they are there to start conversations between your members, which is one of the reasons why you want to do it on a daily basis. These are so powerful. We built into a Mighty network something we call the infinite question engine. So what we've done is we've essentially programmed AI to take the big purpose of your community and start to generate these kinds of very popular, very compelling community questions that you can set up ahead of time, schedule out in advance, and you don't have to think about them again. So What this means is that you now have your monthly themes, which is the novelty that you're bringing to your community. You have the weekly calendar, which is there for your members to build a habit around your community. And finally, you have daily polls and questions that can be generated by AI, or what we call Mighty Co-host, that are guaranteed to get your members talking to each other. And you can set all of these up in advance and watch your community run itself. That is the power of people magic, and having the intention of making connections or building new relationships amongst your members. Very, very different than I need to build a lot of content that my members are going to consume, and that's what they're paying for. They're not paying for your content. They don't want to. That's not the point. The point is they want to pay for their best year ever. And the fastest, most effective way for them to have their best year ever is by meeting people on the same path, your other ideal members. And what's beautiful is that all of this can be set up so that, again, your members take it and it essentially runs itself. So you have a number of features within your Mighty Network that are designed to make daily polls and questions super popular and super easy. Number one, you have 3 kinds of polls. You have a multiple choice poll. You have what we call a hot or cold poll, which tries to tap into the emotion in a question. And you have a percentage poll, which is designed to basically ask and answer questions like, what percentage of your day do you spend meditating? Or what percentage of your budget do you spend on paid ads? The beautiful thing about these polls is that someone can not only quickly answer them, but they can then quickly see how other members of your community answer them as well. And it's a great way to spark those connections. Then we've used our Mighty Co-host AI to create what we call the infinite question engine. And what this does is it takes the purpose of your community and starts to generate those unlocking phrases plus your unique topic to create community questions that you can schedule in advance and see your members start to spark relationships by answering. You can use all of these things because they are designed for people magic. Now, I have a little bit of a bonus feature here in Daily Polls and Questions, which is how you pull all of these 6 pieces together into what I like to call a community design plan. When you have your big purpose and the best year ever for your ideal members, and you have your monthly themes and you have your weekly calendar, and you even have a few of your daily polls and questions, it means you can always come back to what you've set up from the beginning. And it doesn't mean that you don't have a way to make changes and tweak things, but you have a foundation. So let me just show you a few examples. This is what it looks like to pull all of these pieces together that we've shown in the prior modules for Mind Body 1. And this is the community design plan for the Quilty Nook. And as you can see, adding these different pieces to each other come up with a pretty robust set of things that you are bringing to your members, again, without ever creating a lot of content or really any content. Doesn't mean you can't create content, you can, but the value of people magic is exceptional and creates a level of engagement that you just can't find when you focus on content first. Here's a unique example. Grown Folks Business, this is their community design plan. Bring all of these things together, and life can get in the way, and it doesn't matter because you have created a community with a paid membership or online courses or challenges and events that you can let essentially run itself. So now we've tackled how to define your community to create People Magic Profit. We've shown you exactly how to run a community with the goal of People Magic. In the final 3 modules, I'm going to show you how to charge, launch, and create a magical first experience for your ideal members. I hope you'll join me. Thanks for tuning in to People Magic Profit, a 9-part series where I show you exactly how to build the most profitable digital community membership by creating people magic. And if you want more, I have got a podcast, also called People Magic, where we do a deep dive of all of the topics I've covered in this masterclass. Head on over to Mighty Networks, where we have got a free trial waiting for you. Until next time, I'm Gina Bianchini, and thanks for being a part of People Magic Profit.